have a little trouble about my teeth, so I can not speak louder. So just use this voice to talk my speech. Okay, today I want to talk about. First I want to ask a question: I wonder what will go on the inside of you if I told you right now that maybe you don't like yourself. Sometimes I don't like myself either, and I don't like myself because I think if I can get something, I will look around people and think if I can get something, I will be happy. Or if I can have this ability, I will be better. And I will look around those top genius, those successful people, and think about why I cannot act like them, why I cannot do what they can do, and why I cannot just look like them and get be as successful as them. So I really try in order to be one of those successful guys, I train myself very hard, and I will tell myself that you are wrong. You cannot do this. You don't have a lot of ability. You don't know this. You don't know that. So you need to work hard. You have a lot of things to learn. So you cannot sit on the couch. You need to work hard to do those things you don't know. And by this kind of self-training, I really improved myself very much. But after those improvements, did anybody see a problem? The problem is that I don't like myself. The more weak point I found, the more I hate myself. And that's the problem. And finally I realized that no matter how successful I can be, so no matter how successful I am, if I don't like myself, I got a huge problem. And that's the most difficult problem that's the most huge problem in my life that I need to conquer. Maybe someone will say that no matter what I like myself or not, if I get success, if I work hard, I will be success and people will like me. That's all right. Maybe that's all right, yeah. But if you don't like yourself, you still get a lot of problems. If you still doesn't get the point, I can give you some imagination now. You can imagine that if there is a person remember you were thinking about a person that you hate very much. You hate him or she or her, whatever, and he or she hates you too. And today, you two guys are put together to be in the same group because your teacher wants you two to do some homework or some final project, final presentation, whatever, something like that. So you need to work with him or she in this whole semester, and you need to face with him or her every week or even every day, every moment, because you need to work for something. What's the tragedy about this? And now, if you don't like yourself, it's 1,000 times worse than this situation, because you are the one you need to face every day. Every day you wake up, you see a mirror, hey, you again. That's you. You need to face with you every day, every moment, every second. And when in the night you sleep on the bed, you need to face with you anytime. You can never escape from. So if you cannot bear to live with somebody you hate, why you cannot like yourself? So if you don't like yourself, you get the most huge problem in the world because you hate yourself. Then I'll talk about something that, but this kind of thinking is not, actually this kind of thinking is not your fault because it's a training. Since you are a child, the education system, the teacher always teach you to find your weak point. Always tells you to find the things you got wrong. They always told you to focus on the things you do wrong and fix it, and you need to change yourself, and you are not good enough, and that's so on, make you don't like yourself. That's the whole system makes you have such a bad thoughts. But now I will tell you that's wrong. And that's the most important thing is that understand your weak point doesn't mean you need to hate yourself. I can tell you this again. Understand your weak point doesn't mean you need to hate yourself. And many people are addicted to feel guilty about themselves, and that's wrong. Because you or I, we are humans. It's ridiculous and impossible to wait until we fix all our problems and then we can like myself. And then we can like ourselves. We can like ourselves right now and like ourselves right now, so do you can. That's all. And I want to talk about something. Learning to like yourself is not a thing that is not easy. You need to learn, you need to try hard, but it's worthy to try. Because it's, again, our system teaches to find our problem, always find our problem. If you get 70%, you're doing an exam and you get 70 points, you will not look at the 70, you will only look at the 30 that you got wrong. And you will not always, you don't like to look what your ability is. And if I told you to list down what your weakness points, maybe you can immediately list a lot of them. That's something like, I don't work hard enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not good looking, I'm not blah, blah, blah. I can immediately list a lot of them. But if I ask you to list down the good points of you, can you list as much as the bad point, the bad ones? Many people can do this. That's because we are not training to do this. Because we are not getting used to do this. And so, because you don't know your good ability, because you don't know how good you are, you always look around other people's and wish to be them. When you feel angry about something that others have, maybe someone angry about you. But we are trying so hard to be someone we don't need to be, and wish for something we don't need to have. That's the problem. And I will tell you, if you want a joyful life, instead of getting everything but feel miserable about yourself, you need to like yourself. If somebody have the problem about themselves, I would say they have emotionally ill. You are not supposed to have negative feeling about yourself. You don't have to compete with others. You don't have to compare yourself with others. You can enjoy your life just at being yourself and loving yourself. TME.
So now let's give our control to evaluator.
Arthur, I'm going to divide my evaluation into two parts. First, I think the speech is really important because everyone, we can never escape from yourself. This is a negative point, but the positive point is that we can deal with the only person that we have to deal with every moment, and we can collaborate with the person every moment. It is only ourselves. So I think it is of high value. And in the speech, I noticed that there are many stories. There are several stories, like working on a project, and I think this enhances the point. And for the improvement part, I'll just talk about a little. I hope that we can move it more. We can use more body and actions to make the speech more vivid. I really like your speech, and it reminds me a lot of things. It is very inspiring. Thank you.
Now it's time for our second timer's report.